Now, with an example like this, you're going to, so this is use a trace table to identify incorrect logic error in code. So you're going to always be given a code and it'll have line numbers. You'll then be given a table, and then you'll essentially go through and do a dry run. So a dry run is when you're actually going through with a pen and paper, writing down the values of the variables at a particular line, and you put these values into a trace table. Okay, so you're tracing the flow of data essentially through these lines of code. Okay, now what then happens is you'll then come across, there will be an error. Okay, so that's identify what. Now the logic error might be to do with the order of the lines of code. You might have a line of code within a loop that should be out with the loop. It might be you've got an AND instead of an OR. Okay, so there's a number of different types of errors to look out for. So you'll get code, you'll get a table to fill in, okay, and you'll be asked to explain why it's not correct. You might, as a wee add-on, and here's a couple of examples. I will do a video actually going through them, but I think I've got these on a previous video from a few years ago, okay, because these are taken from a while ago. Quite often though, they'll ask you about breakpoints, watch points. So obviously a breakpoint stops the program at a specific line, and it allows you to compare the values the variables currently have with those that you've written down in your trace table from doing your dry run. A watch point doesn't actually stop the program. A watch point just watches a specific variable, and as soon as that variable changes a value, the value changes within the variable, it basically flags that up, and you can look at what the new value is. Okay, so that might be asked again and again on the guidance. It does say about 1 or 2 mark questions. They could ask anything about computer systems and also about software, and as I said at the first video, pretty much anything in databases could be asked, and web. Obviously we did the database unit, other schools would have done the web unit there, but I'll have a wee look through some of my previous videos, but I've certainly done some trace table examples. So codes, you then fill in the trace table, tell us why it's not right, but just a wee heads up that quite often they ask about different testing techniques as well. Okay, so hopefully that's kind of giving you a wee idea of what could be in